Let's see. I knew this was going to be the case. Look, man. Look. Lomachenko's scared. He don't want to fight Teofimo Lopez. I'm just going to go ahead and just get this fight out of my mind right now because I already see the bullshit. I already see the signs. I already see how it's going. And most of y'all is going to be down with it. Most of y'all are going to accept it. Most of y'all are going to make excuses for it. So let me just get that out the way. And let me just already expect myself not to see a Teofimo Lopez, Vasily Lomachenko fight. I'm just going to go ahead and knock that out of my mind. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to prepare for Vasily Lomachenko to go back down to the lower weight classes because that's what he really wants to do anyway. He doesn't like hanging around up here at this weight class. So let's just go ahead and just get that out there. You know what I'm saying? Let's just go ahead and get it out there. The man don't want to fight the boy, okay? Because now Bob Aaron's talking about tune-up fights, okay? Tune-up fights. Tune-up fights. Now, what is one thing that you know for sure? The whole time Teofimo Lopez said he gonna knock this guy out. The whole time, Teofimo Lopez said he wants to get this fight out of the way. The whole time, we have recognized that this is a what? A time-sensitive issue. Why? Because Teofimo Lopez wants to move up to 140, okay? We've been known this for quite some time. So when somebody brings up the suggestion of having a tune-up fight, who do you think that's for? You know Teofimo Lopez wants to go right now. You know he wants this fight next, okay? All right? But let's go ahead and just go through the factors here, okay? Teofimo Lopez just got done talking about how hard Vasily Lomachenko is making the negotiations so they can get it signed, so they can find out where they're going to fight. You know what I'm saying? Lomachenko is being very difficult, all right? When you shouldn't be difficult. The venue's New York, okay? Plain and simple, all right? Next, Vasily Lomachenko gets on Twitter and talk about fighting Devin Haney. The same Devin Haney who he gave a belt to not to fight while sending Teofimo Lopez on a field trip to go get a belt so he could fight him. Now he's talking about fighting Devin Haney. Why are you talking about fighting Devin Haney where you're currently back and forth in negotiations with Teofimo Lopez trying to get this fight done and you guys is facing some difficulty with a venue? So when do you have time to entertain a fight that you should have fought in the first place, but you chose to get rid of a belt? When do we have time for that? Where does that come from? What's that about? Huh? What is that about? Okay? Now, when it comes to this tune-up, you know it's for Vasily Lomachenko because what has Teofimo Lopez been saying this entire time? I'm not waiting on this guy, okay? 135 is getting harder and harder. I'm not going to wait on him. If he's going to bullshit, I'm going to move up. Okay, what has he been doing with the negotiations? Stalling. Now we're talking about a tune-up fight. So now you talk about pushing that fight back even further. When Teofimo Lopez was already up in the air about, well, I don't know when this pandemic stuff is going to be over, but if it takes too long, if it's this, I'm not waiting on this guy. I'm moving up. This is how you know it's not in favor of Teofimo Lopez because he wants to move up right now. And he's waiting and he's waiting and he's waiting and he's waiting. And this pandemic made him wait even longer. And it's up in the air. Will it go past the pandemic? Now, beyond the pandemic, you're saying now it's got to be tune-up fights. That means Teofimo Lopez got to wait even longer than what he originally wanted to wait it. So do you think he still wants to be there at the end of the day? No. So at the end of the day, what they really want is they want Teofimo Lopez to move up so they ain't even got to worry about the fight. They're hoping he gives in, say, fuck 135, forget about it, and go ahead and move up. This is why Vasily Lomachenko was entertaining the Devin Haney fight when he could have entertained that in the first place. This is what I'm talking about, these diva tactics with this dude, okay? In one sentence, you said Devin Haney hasn't fought anybody. Okay, what does he look like calling me out? Then on Twitter, you said, okay, let's do the fight. Fucking confusing. Okay, if he hasn't fought nobody, he hasn't fought nobody. Okay, and you claim he doesn't deserve a shot because he hasn't fought nobody. Yet on Twitter, you're talking about fight him while you're in the middle of negotiation with Teofimo Lopez. I don't need to spell this shit out in crayons for people to get it. Okay, Anatoly don't want this fight. Vasily Lomachenko really don't want this fight. His fans, you guys really don't want this fight. You fear this boy. Tell the truth. You fear, just like Canelo fans have fears, just like Wilder fans have fears, just like Manny Pacquiao fans have fears. You guys have fears, okay? You fear this dude. You don't want this fight to happen. You want him to beat up on easy opposition like Gervonta Tank Davis, who has not accomplished anything, but you guys don't care. You don't care if he accomplished anything or not. You just want him to fight, but yet at the same time, you're claiming people don't deserve fights because they haven't have any names or they haven't got anybody on their resume, but you don't mind loading Lomachenko's resume up with a underachieving Gervonta Tank Davis. You don't mind that, okay? But somebody who's 15-0, you know what I'm saying, became champion with only 15 fights, you know what I'm saying? This being on this second pay-per-view, making noise and skilled up to the gills. Oh no, y'all don't want that fight. He needs to go do this. He needs to go do that. This is how y'all know y'all bullshit. Because in the beginning, y'all said when Teofimo Lopez was calling out Vasily Lomachenko, y'all said he needs to go fight a Gervonta Tank Davis. Once again, don't make no sense. So he needs to go fight a Gervonta Tank Davis, the same Gervonta Tank Davis that y'all had said that haven't done anything, haven't accomplished anything, and has nothing on his resume worthwhile. Why does he need to go fight this underachiever to fight this elite guy? That don't make no sense. But you guys want him to fight Gervonta Tank Davis first. So supposedly he got to fight somebody first. Well, who the fuck is Gervonta Tank Davis? You can't call him a bum and then praise him up and then prop him up pretty for Lomachenko at the same time. That shit don't work. Like I said, you guys are scared. They know this boy don't want to stay down at this weight too longer. So if this is what you want to do, you want to stall him out till he moves on up. Okay. I'm going to tap out right now. Because I'm done with you soft guys, okay? Go ahead and let him go. You know what I'm saying? Y'all let him off the hook with Manny Pacquiao. Y'all go ahead and let him off the hook with this. And everybody talk, well, you know, he's been on a break a long time. Lomachenko, you know what I'm saying? He hasn't been fighting for quite some time. Let me tell you why I don't want to hear that shit, okay? You want to know why I don't hear that shit? Because Errol Spence, somebody who got in a car accident, who was somersaulted from his driver's seat, okay, and did the mollywop on the concrete with his face, is still coming back in the game, and there's no talk about tune-ups. There's talk about Danny Garcia and everything else. But once again, what have I told you? Urban fighters get more pressure on them. We expect more of them. We expect them to be more robotic, less human, and all that other shit. You know what I'm saying? If Errol Spence is coming in the game and he ain't talking about no tune-up, if he talking about going in from that car crash, going in straight to a Danny Garcia, I don't want to hear no shit about no Lomachenko need no fucking tune-up. I don't want to hear that shit, because in that case, Errol Spence rightfully need a tune-up. We all agree that, but he still talk about climbing in there with a Danny Garcia. Think about that. Dude with a car accident ain't talking about a tune-up fight, but somebody who just came off a fight with Luke Campbell talking about, oh yeah, man, I need a tune-up fight. You know it ain't Teofimo Lopez because he's ready to move up. So tell me, who's stalling the negotiations? Loma. Who needs a tune-up fight? Loma. Who's talking about fighting another guy while in negotiations for fighting somebody else? Loma. What does that read at the end of the day? He don't want to fight. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and let it go. But know one thing and know one thing for sure. You know how I get down. He will be branded as a coward for an eternity over here. It won't be no different. Give me the fight. You want me to give him props? Beat the man. I'll give him props. You know what I'm saying? But if he can't, then I ain't got nothing for him. Because my boxing know-how, my boxing science, my boxing IQ, what I know about this game, you know what I'm saying? This dude gets flattened in under 8 rounds. I don't care if you don't like it. That's what it is. These are the truth. He know that and his father know that. This is why they stalling out the fight. They stalling out negotiations. They talk about fighting Devin Haney, and now they need tune-ups. You know what I'm saying? What's going to be next? Lomachenko comes up with a mysterious injury, pulls out a fight, blah, blah, blah. Come on, man. I see it coming 100 miles away. But then again, that's my thought. Leave your tears, your hate in the comment section. Do whatever you want. Thumbs down. Bruce Vane. I'm out.